So we're back and doing something I was hoping we would never have to do again, but what we're gonna do is move the sign. Turns out it can't be there. It's got to be permitted, as many things are, and this is something I'm just learning of. Not claiming ignorance of it, but I was ignorant of this, and I was told in the nicest way possible that I do have to relocate it after chatting with the good folks at the county about a completely different matter. But I was illuminated to it, and what I'm going to do is build a couple of skids to put under those railroad ties and hopefully drag it straight down the road to what is actually my property back there and give a new permanent home for it. So great visibility up here for people driving by and all that, but it actually technically can't be there. So I'm gonna make it right and we'll get that thing out of here today. So I'm gonna use scrap wood, and basically what's going on here is gonna be pretty self-evident. Try and skid with junk pieces, basically. Critter out there running through the woods. I really just need like 4 of these, and then maybe 2x4 to scat. Oh, about broke my ankle. That was cool, but yeah, let's do this. Got one more here. About snapped my ankle in half there. That was pretty cool. Man, it is turning into winter quick. Holy cow. Grab this, and I'll use this, I think, for the other thing. Yeah, this should work. That ought to be enough. Let's pull the truck over there. Let's see, so I'm gonna let's bring this, and maybe an axle strap or 2. Guess I'll bring them all, that's cool. There's some water that comes under this door. It's a little frustrating. I might just need a door gasket. I mean, it looks good. It's kind of flat, but I think it comes through this corner. I'm trying to keep the humidity out of here, obviously, so let that dry out while we're working. But what do I need? I needed the chainsaw for making a bevel cut. I've got batteries, got my drill. I just want to clarify before we move everything, this is nothing to be upset over. There's like an inconvenience at worst having to move it to the proper place, and it is, that permit application process has actually begun at this point. I just got to move it to its home point now. Again, I was completely unaware that this sign could be up there, but it does make sense after I was told this in person. So at the end of the day, we're going to make it right. We're always trying to do stuff right out here, especially once we learn about it. Like something like this is a great example. Okay, I don't quite know what it's going to take to level it, and I do have to pick a permanent home for it, but it's got to be in a certain area. It's going to be by the old wood post or the wood pole that's sticking up there some way or another. And yeah, we'll see how it looks when it's all done. It'll still be cool, I think, when you drive in and see it, but obviously it doesn't really serve any purpose at this point, so it's too bad. But it's got to be on this side of the road in that corner, so I basically just got to pick a home for it. It'll probably be tucked in the corner there, kind of out of the way. Oh, my gate shut. Try and open that again here real quick. It is ridiculously windy today. Wow, it is super windy. So see if that stays. It's probably going to swing again. Alright, let's go move this sign. This will be pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of science to it. I'm just going to drag it, but it should work really well, honestly. I'm hoping. Okay, so I'm hopeful that what I can do is something like this. Oh yeah, we'll be able to get it up in the air. Cool. So that'll be no problem. I gotta cut a couple of these up and make some skids, probably out of this 4x4 here. So let's do that. This little Milwaukee chainsaw is great, honestly. So I'll probably, honestly, 45 cut this one just right in half if I can. It's a nice angle here. There's one skid, two skids. That is a hammer. Look at that. That's 3 skids. And here comes 4. Let's see if this thing's ready. Let's do it right here. That'll be... Wow. That is really terrible. That was really bad. Carpenter is real upset out there right now watching this. Okay, so get this up in the air like that. Same thing there. God, it's gonna be good. Seems a little silly to be doing this, honestly. Oh, almost died. Ugh. You know, there's just like one more thing and a never-ending thing of projects and changes that you don't know you're signing up for, so to say. And it's, again, like I'm not complaining. To be very clear, I'm just saying it's always something. Oh. There's that one. Got one more here. Man. Okay, halfway dangerous, not so bad. Okay, so it's up, and we'll build some stops of this. So I need 2 there, 2 there. Yeah. Ooh. I forgot that these don't really loop together. That's okay. We're all hooked up. Let's see what it does. I got going on here. A little sketchy, probably not too terrible, but I think it's gonna make the trip. It's only got to go down the road, so not too bad. Oh yeah, like butter. It is like butter. Everything in my body is telling me to step out right now and take a quick clip for you guys, but I know how incredibly dangerous it is, so I'm reluctantly not doing it if I can help it. So anyway, I'm gonna get up in here and kind of decide where to put it or how to place it, I guess. I mean, I can pull it back and forth pretty easy now, and with the axis I have, oh boy, starting to get a little slip angle in the steering of the sign, but anyway. So you're probably gonna get a little bit of wind noise right now. Sorry, my external mic is busted. Or the jack on the cameras rather. But the sign is in its new permanent home out here. Again, it's a permitting thing, which we have a permit in for now, but that will be its permanent home on my property. Great neighbors, the Willoughbys, let me park it up there for the last couple of years. Austin, Evan, so super thanks to you guys. We're gonna keep mowing up there, of course. Things will all be the same, but I didn't want to bug them about getting the sign permitted to be put on their property. I wouldn't like that, so I'm not even gonna ask the question. I don't feel it's something to bother them with at this point. So we'll put it here. People know where the track is, the address is posted. It's very visible on Google Maps. Everyone's got a smartphone, so there's no reason people can't find it, even though the signage isn't where it used to be, which is kind of a bummer. It's great advertising, but the track must go on. So I gotta unload the truck and everything. I'm gonna make sure it's level and stable. It looks really good, so I think we're pretty close, but I might put a little cribbing under one of the back and one of the ties. I think one was hanging a little. Yeah, just a little bit. So a couple of chunks of wood, maybe chunks of 2x4 just to shore it up a little bit, make it nice and solid. And then I want to put the lights in the end of each of the ties, make it like a permanent fixture for lighting at night, and then both can shine on this side. So anybody will see it from the gate, which when it is closed and locked is private property, which is posted, but for whatever reason a lot of people don't seem to care about that, but that's neither here nor there on YouTube. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this up, and yeah, that'll be it for this segment of today's video. Well, that's a sight for sore eyes, and we have actually approached a somewhat pivotal time in the track's lifespan, as may be. I'll talk about it more later in the video, but we are on the precipice of some big changes up here that would have a big impact on the upcoming years. We are in our full winterization mode here. I already talked about picking up all the batteries and such out of the garage, and I got to pick up a power bank that we use here because we are the most eco-friendly racetrack out there. We got a backup generator that keeps our UPS running, but for the most part we can run on a power plant here. So our PA system and everything else all runs on a power plant, which is solar charged, and it works really good for what we're doing. But now that it's winter time, I'm gonna get the electronics out of here, the sensitive ones, and I bring them back to my heated garage and just keep them good for the year, try and keep them nice. So yeah, next thing to do is load all that up, get that in the back of the truck, then we're gonna head to the garage, and I check mouse traps there pretty much every day. Countless mice have been eradicated from the track property, but they're an endless supply out in the woods, so it's one of many ongoing battles, you know, that usually you don't see on camera type thing, but any type of rural property or even in an urban environment, you're gonna have mice issues at times. So it's part of nature, and yeah, I guess it's one more thing to contend with. So anyway, let's get to working on that. The process is pretty simple. It's just, as you may imagine, another thing to do. So our solar input, an AC power input, we charge it with as a total backup type thing. But yeah, that's kind of just of it. It's heavy is the biggest thing. Not something I really want to be horsing around all the time. Try and throw this in the back. There's a storage bin here for the cable. See if I can blow out a gasket carrying this thing. Jeez. Man, is that heavy. Stress test on the stairs too, I guess you could say. There's that. It's kind of the big thing, but computer and whatnot too is going to come out. Okay, that is the bulk of it. Just leave the TA stuff. That's all pretty robust. So yeah, that's kind of it for now. I'm going to close this up and bring it over to the garage and do some more cleanup there. You know, I was just about to drive away, and I wanted to show you guys a couple of marks here from my brother-in-law Dan. Did a really good drift around the corner of this part of the track that we never use. It's not necessarily track. We were closed, just one or two of us out here, and he drifts. So thought we'd try that. He gave a good bumper smack on the barrier over there. He mangled his rear bumper on his 240 pretty good, but he gave a really good drift through here. I'll show you a clip of that. Super cool. So never been done. Shout out to Dan and Tori for coming out that day, and Jeff as well. But anyway, we're gonna go out to the garage now and continue winterization 2025. Well, all right, pretty much everything in the garage is winterized at this point. I do have to push and pull a little bit. I'll be getting stuff out of the way, which is not that smart of me to have done. I gotta get the plow on the plow truck, of course, and it's buried right now. I didn't think of that, honestly. Started getting cold out and I got into a panic wanting to get everything winterized, so to say. But yeah, gotta get the plow truck out here. I'll probably come out here this weekend, I would guess, and get that all set up for the winter. It's been snowing all around the area, but being so close to the lake, we do get the lake effect warmth early on in the winter, and we don't get the snow right away a lot of the time like everywhere else does. But anyway, fleet's pretty good shape right now. We're about done out here for the day. All the batteries are out, everything, so everything's kind of shut down for the year and pretty much winterized. But we're pretty much wrapped up here for the winter. Karting track's all shut down and whatnot. We got another season ahead of us next year. And that is the ending of today's video. We'll talk about what the future looks like. So go-karting in 2025 was a really big success thanks to Chad and his whole team putting on good shows. We had people come from all over the place, usually 2+ hours away, an hour and a half, 4 hours, whatever. They came from all over Minnesota and Wisconsin. Super impressive to see. So again, I got to give a lot of credit to the karting folks for coming out. It's awesome to see the turnout. I could not believe it. As I said before, I'm not a karting professional. I don't know much about it. I'm learning about it, but this whole area was full of trucks and trailers. All the way to the back was dang near full. It was crazy to see. But the big point of today's video is as things continue to evolve, we're trying to get our ducks in a row, especially going into next year. What we found with karting and autocrossing is the way that the racetrack is currently permitted as far as its land use permit is we can only operate for 2 weekend days per calendar month. So that's 2 Saturdays, 2 Sundays, a Saturday and a Sunday, 2 days per calendar month between April and November is when we can run. We're open every Wednesday, which is great, but I don't recall using one in the last few years. It's to coincide all of our noise with the gun club down the road. Trying to keep noise on one night was the goal. So in 2022, when everything got permitted, it was basically, yep, we said pretty much yes to everything. And since then, we've had 0 complaints. I think we've shown that we're good neighbors and good stewards of the land around us. And I hope we're doing everybody right that's adjacent to the racetrack, because racing's not everybody's cup of tea. So we're doing everything we can to stay within our rules as far as running between 8 and 8. Usually we start well after 8 and shut down by 4 or 5 o'clock. So we haven't even come close to like the working hours, so to say, that we can work or operate as a racetrack. And I don't see that really changing that much, honestly. Even the go-karting doubleheaders, they seem to only go till 4, maybe 5 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, you could do like a triple or a quadruple header go-karting or something crazy. And it would be a chaotic day, and it'd be too long of a day, honestly, for everybody working. I can't see that even happening. But anyway, because we can only run 2 weekend days a month means the whole middle of the summer this year was go-karting, which is fine. This isn't a problem, so to say, but it makes our year only able to accommodate like 10 or so events. I think the math works out to, because we got like 5 months. So it'd be like 5 karting shows, 5 autocross shows, and that's it. We put in that bypass road on the tower in hopes maybe, 1, saving the pavement, but 2, in the back of my head, I always hope that we could run go-karting and autocrossing on the same day and not have to revisit permitting. But that's just not the case. It's not feasible. We have a traffic bottleneck there. We don't have enough radios, probably not enough portable toilets to accommodate that amount of people here at any one time. But as anything goes, it comes down to where you want to spend money and time. So what seems to make the most sense for us is to revisiting our existing permit in hopes of being able to operate on more weekend days per month, which would enable us to generate more income and keep building the track. Because right now we're hugely constricted, and we're the only place that I know of that has these type of additional rules in addition to whatever else that any other business would follow. So anyway, that's the point of today's video. That meeting's coming up in 2 days. So at the time of filming right now, I don't know what the future looks like. I don't think anything's gonna get worse as far as them taking away days. It certainly shouldn't happen. I see no reason, after being in close contact with everybody from the town and county regularly for the last couple of years, making sure things are good, we're all up to snuff with things being okay by all those entities. So, and on top of that, no complaints from neighbors, which is a huge deal, because this was, I mean, honestly, the first time I went and did the meeting in front of the town, I did not know that people showed up to those to say they didn't want stuff. So I walked in and if I recall, I had some support there coming just to support me, but there was a bunch of people there that didn't want it to happen, and I couldn't believe it. I was not prepared for that. I was very naive as to what that process is like. So I'm a little bit better informed on how it goes now. And as they say, this time again, just going in with an open kimono, and hopefully things are gonna go our way again. That's the hope. So meeting's in 2 days, goes before the town and then the county. So I'm hopeful. I'll upload this after the fact, but right now, I don't know what's gonna happen. It could go any way. I really don't know. Something crashing around out in the woods right now. It's hunting season out here right now, and my neighbors, they have a stand way over there. And I don't know if they're hunting, but I'm not trying to be making a bunch of noise, I guess, but there might be some deer running through. But the other night I was hearing coyotes, or last few nights I was out here, a pack of coyotes howling at each other out by the creek. So that's about all I got for today's video. I'm gonna get to editing this, and I'm sure by the time I upload it, I'll have an answer from the town, and I will include it at the end of the video. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys with an update after the town meeting.